Okay, I'm going to move on to customers. This is where your customer database is kept. You have managed customers, customer groups, online customers. This is a very short list because this is a demo site. And of course, these people aren't real per se. Might be a few clients in there. Oh, there's my boss. When people come to your site and they sign up, this is where you'll find their information. It'll save their information to a table, which is easily accessible by going to the customer section. Remember, it's a relational database, so if I pick a customer, not only do you see their name and address, you also see their recent orders, if they have something lingering in their shopping cart that they left, anything on their wish list. You have at your fingertips on the left navigation their account information, all of their addresses, their orders, any billing agreements. Again, you can see what's in their shopping cart history, their wish list, any newsletters that they're signed up for and that they've been sent. And you can see what product reviews and tags this person has submitted. If you want to add a customer, you can add a customer on the main screen here. Add new customer. Now, if you've already drilled down and you're looking at a customer, they call in, and you go to look up their information. Let's say you're not over here and you're over here. You could look them up by customer. Everything points to everything else. It's very redundant. So most of these sections, you probably can look up an order from almost any of these sections, either under customers or catalog. Excuse me, under customers or sales. So here we are looking at a particular customer. We can see when they last logged in. We can see when their account was created. We can see they're part of the general customer group. They happen to be on the phone. They want to place an order. Well, you have your create order button here. And I've taken you through that process of manually creating an order, so it would take you to that familiar screen. Also here you can make changes if you need to. And just remember, if you ever make any changes, you always want to either save or save and continue, so the changes are not lost when you leave that particular section. These are where you manage your customer groups. Out of the box, it comes with, I think, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then not logged in. So you have general, institution, retailer, wholesaler. You can elect to add more groups if necessary. This is the area you would do this. You can add as many as you like. I have found that it's less complicated having just the defaults, and just for the most part you're going to use general. I know there are some clients out there that work with other clients that order in bulk, or they order quite a few high-ticket items, in which case they may want to be grouped separately for reasons such as they don't pay tax ever because they're resellers, or they get special shipment, or they get special their group set up differently, for instance. That's one of the reasons why you may want to have separate groupings. If you at some point decide that you want to set your system up to respond to a group, when I say respond, I mean if they're part of a particular group, they have to be a registered member. They have to have a username and password. But if they log in with their username and password and part of that particular group, things on the site may change. You may have it set up so certain items appear for them and other items don't appear for them. You may have a completely different pricing scheme. This is available to you in the back end. Again, I have to note this is not part of our basic setup, but again, if you need assistance with it, we can help you for at a per fee basis. You can refer to our price list for that information. but for the most part, you'll just use general. Now, here is a section. When I've trained in the past, many people have expressed contentment seeing that this was included. This is your online customers. These are the people who are actually on your site. It will show you if they're logged in. It'll give you their actual name and their email address. But even if they're not, and they're in as a guest, as I am, or as mostly everybody's going to be that's using this particular backend because it is the demo, it will show you their IP address. Excuse me. And this is probably me. And now you know where I am. And it shows you last activity, when my session start time was. Shows you what what page on the front end I last looked at. Excuse me. Does anyone have any questions for this section before I move on to promotions? I'll give everyone a minute or two. Okay, I have a couple of questions here. Can a customer send a wish list to somebody? Can a customer send a wish list to? I don't think there's a social networking function attached to the wish lists, so I don't believe that they can send that to anyone. However, Magento is notorious for having many plugins available to you to help tweak your back end or your front end, in which case I would say it's probably possible if I were to guess, but it's out of the box now. Let's see, I think we have 3 questions here. We have chain accounts. I'd like to assign usernames and passwords so I may hardwire their discounts. Is this where we'd accomplish, please? Yes, under customer groups, the section I was just going over, that's where that comes in. That's where that becomes really important. If that's what you want to do, then you have to create a group for that chain of customers. And yes, you know, if you already pre-populate user IDs and passwords for them, you know, that's fine. Just make sure they're all part of the same customer group, and then that particular group will have their pricing rules set up. So when they come into when they come to the front end, as long as they log in, they're going to get that special pricing. If they forget to log in, of course, it's going to be the standard pricing that everybody else would see. But yes, you can hardwire their discounts. And to answer your second question more specifically, customer groups and promotions. Pricing rules to be specifics. What are your rules would be, customer group equals whatever you're naming them.